me, how do you get the skills to become an entrepreneur? Do you have to go to a school? Do you have to have certain certifications? And my response to that is you learn by doing something. And when I started the business, I didn't have experience in running a business before. I did it for the first time. And have I made mistakes? I have made a lot of mistakes, and I'm still making mistakes because, for example, who knew how to run a business during the pandemic? Did I do it perfectly? I don't think so. I think I've learned. I think maybe I've done a few good things, and maybe I've done some things, could have been done better. But I think that I'm always about take action, because the action gives you feedback. I think the worst thing is to take no action at all, to sit back and wait for that perfect moment. So for me, it's all about just learning as you go, take action, and put yourself out there. I think this is the message that we've all learned this past year. Well, I am, I don't know if anyone believes in sign, but I'm a Taurus, and it takes me time to process things. So I'm not going to be the one that when something challenging comes my way, I'm going to be, oh my God, what is happening? I need to process what is going on. And it takes me 24 hours to process what is going on. I mean, sometimes you need to act fast, but I always find that taking the time to think things through and really understand where the challenge is coming from and come up with a plan of action, I need time. And I feel that if I don't give myself time to process, then I may come up with a quick reaction that may not be the right one. And it's actually on my second book, Make It Happen, there's a chapter that's called How to Deal with Rejection, which I find it's a very interesting chapter. And let's say, when I first wanted to get my products into one of our stores here, Harvey Nichols, the first time I sent them product, and I was hoping they'll see the product, they see Rodial, how amazing is it? And then in a few months, I will be working with them. Well, things don't happen this way, it takes time. And the first time I connected with them, they said, thank you for your products, they look really nice, but we currently don't have space. So how do you react to that? Some people may respond back and be aggressive and be, what are you talking about? My products are the best. You're making a big mistake. You're going to regret it. That's one way you deal with rejection. But then maybe this way it's sort of closing a lot of doors for the future. So what I talk about in my book is every time you get a rejection, what is the best way to deal with it? And the best way is take some time, think about it. And it's not about you. Don't take it personally. Learn from a situation of rejection. 5 things that you can learn. Become better, adjust, maybe listen to the advice. Maybe there's some nice feedback you can take on board. And then what I did with Harvey Nichols, I went back to them the next year. It was still a no. And it took me 5 years to get into Harvey Nichols, but I always kept my cool. I never reacted in a bad way. Was I hurt? Yes, I was hurt because I wanted my product to be in the store and it was a rejection. But I think that keeping calm and dealing with things and taking the time to process rather than react in an aggressive way, especially for business, it always pays off in the end. So, it's interesting. I'm getting a lot of comments on Instagram from women who are saying to me, oh, I started my business 6 months ago and my business hasn't taken off. I'm really concerned. I feel like I need to give up. And what I'm saying to them, which is also the basis of both of my books, is just stop comparing yourself to other people And instead of just wanting to give up after 6 months, go back to 2 years ago, see where you started, and then see the progress, your own progress. Where were you 2 years ago and where you are now? And I feel that a lot of people are looking for that instant gratification. A lot of women entrepreneurs are looking for a quick success, and that doesn't exist. Even now, after I've been in business for over 18 years, I do have great days, but also I do have challenging days. They're very different to the challenges that I had when I started, but nothing is perfect. And no, not every day is perfect, regardless of where you are in your journey. When I first started, I really needed support from others who were doing the same thing, and I found that a lot of my friends weren't understanding what I wanted to do. They couldn't see my vision. So I went to some networking events, and I found other women who were starting a business at the same time as me. So I found someone who was just starting a jewelry business, and someone else was starting a nail business, another one who was in activewear. And I built a little circle of women entrepreneurs who were at the exact same stage of my career, and we would go for coffee and discuss, and it would be, I have this challenge, how has this happened to you? And she may say, oh yeah, this happened to me, this is how I dealt with it. And I felt this way. I built a really nice support group. Now, I think that was really important for me, but also I was very much aware that I needed to connect with people at the same level as me, because we were all going through the same things, and also we all had the time. Like, imagine if at that point I was starting out and maybe I would go and try to speak to Jo Malone or someone who's been in business for 20 years. I wouldn't do that, because I know she's above. I know that she's busy. I know that she's at a different place. So I think, yes, it's all about women supporting women, but we also need to be realistic of who are the women that we can build a nice network and support each other. And it's very, very important that all these women are at the same level, so we all have each other's best interest in mind, but also we have the time to provide that support. I think that when you're bigger, things become a little bit different. And when you're bigger, it's you and your competition. And you reach a level that you can't really have that friendship within other women entrepreneurs. So it's just hard, because everyone's busy, everyone's dealing with their own sort of challenges. Things become more complicated. So right now, my support system is more my family. My team is a huge support system. And these are people who we spend a lot of time talking about the business, how we grow. They're people that I have recruited. They bring different skills to the ones that I have. And I think once you grow a little bit more, your team should be your support system. And for me, that, yeah, it's my key support system right now.